You know, we always ask the age-old question: is Star Wars Andor any good? The jury is out on this. Some people really hate it. Some people really love it. We always have a question here: is it better than Andor? Because if it's better than Andor, then it might stand a chance. Because in my eyes, ladies and gentlemen, Andor was the best out of the Disney Star Wars. Better than the Mandalorian. Yeah, right there. I've said it. You know, the only thing that Andor lacked, in my opinion, was there wasn't enough aliens, right? Had they sprinkled in just a couple of more aliens, would have been a perfect Star Wars story, would have been a perfect prequel to Rogue One. And I am excited to see an Andor season 2. I will be first in line getting Disney Plus on that day to watch this series, and we will review it. We'll talk about it live on this channel. But let's see what's going on here, man. Star Wars Andor has fans excited. I don't know if Tom Hutchinson's excited, but he might be. Excited for the upcoming second season, and the first promotional look at the new installment has settled a conflict of canon stemming from the new Disney era of Star Wars media. And it's one that fans will certainly enjoy seeing regardless of opinion. Now listen, Disney has bastardized Star Wars canon since they bought the property. Since they said, we will honor George Lucas's legacy. We will bring Star Wars to new heights. All of which have failed. Okay? They didn't honor his legacy. They bastardized it. They turned it into a joke. They really have. With the exception of a couple of things. Andor being one of them. Andor's pretty serious series to go sit down and watch, right? It's not something I would show your 8-year-old. You know, let them watch, the Skeleton Crew for that. That's a different kind of Star Wars. But I'll also go on record saying that actually looks like a lot of fun. And it will drop in 2 days on December 3rd, and I will check it out. I'll at least watch the first 2 episodes before I lay down the judgment, as I always do. The Star Wars franchise has seen a shift in focus since the conclusion of the sequel trilogy, with the IP being used more prominently for live-action products on the streaming service, Disney+. Starting with The Mandalorian at the tail end of 2019. That's like 5 years ago, man. Seems like yesteryear, doesn't it? However, the high point of the streaming show era Star Wars is Star Wars Andor, a grounded story with elements of drama, political thriller, and a dystopian fiction, all rolled up together in a prequel-esque style science fiction story. The show's first season was a triumph that fans didn't really see coming, from a prequel series to a prequel film. 2016's Rogue One. Man, was it really 2016 when that was made? That's like 8-9 years ago. Where's the time going, ladies and gentlemen? Where's the time going? Since the conclusion of that first installment, fans have eagerly awaited the release date and plot info for Andor Season 2. And now they have been delivered. That's right. We got some news here, alongside more details about the upcoming season, which is set to continue Andor Season 1's decision to present itself in distinct story arcs. Fans also got a sneak peek at the upcoming season via a teaser trailer for Disney Plus's offerings which debuted at the recent D23 Brazil event. Now, this I haven't seen. I know nothing about it. I've seen no teaser trailers. I've seen no footage, but I will be on the lookout. In the footage, which can be seen on IGN Movie Trailers channels on YouTube. Well, there we go. Now we have a place to go look, ladies and gentlemen. Protagonist Cassian Andor can be seen firing up a unique-looking TIE Fighter class that older fans will recognize as the TIE Interceptor, a superior model to the off-scene TIE Fighters. The TIE Interceptor is awesome. When I was playing the X-Wing miniatures game, I had a TIE Fighter squad, and I had 2 Interceptors that were part of that squad. The issue is that, according to former Star Wars canon, the TIE Interceptor wasn't created until after the events of A New Hope. Yeah, I seem to remember that being the case. According to Star Wars, the Essential Guide to Vehicles and Vessels, Nuclear Vessels, from 1997. According to that guide, the ship was made as one in a line of offshoots to the experimental model that Darth Vader utilized in A New Hope. That's right, because Darth Vader had one of the very few TIE fighters that can actually go into hyperspace. Most small ships can't, but Vader's TIE fighter can. However, that guide and just about everything from that era is no longer considered canon, which is horrible. Look, you gave Disney Star Wars on a silver platter, and you gave them all the lore. They were just too lazy to sift through it and utilize it. It's just easier if we make up our own lore. We'll call what was now like Star Wars Legacy Star Wars Legends, and none of it really matters. Timothy Zahn doesn't matter. Mara Jade, you don't matter. History, fuck it. You know what I mean? It's horrible. It's horrible. It's not what we want. Tell us what we want, what we really, really want. While fans have discovered some errors in Andor Season 1, the latest reveal doesn't conflict with anything that's been established since Disney took over the reins of the franchise and relegate the rest of Star Wars' expansive media library to the Legends continuality. Like I said, boo, right? Rather than the decision to include the ship in Andor actually doubles down on a change to the canon that came in the animated series Star Wars Rebels, which shows the ships earlier than they existed in the old timeline in the 4th episode of its 3rd season. That's some nerd crack right there. Okay, if you want to see that, we're talking again, the 3rd season, 4th episode. In the new timeline, the ships would predate the events of A New Hope by a few years, and Vader would have received his version prior to the first appearance in the movies as well. Many fans contested the change when it was shown in Rebels as a plethora of reasons ranging from good-natured stubbornness to questions about the design and even the themes of the episode raising doubt about the canon. Look, Star Wars nerds, right? And I'm one of them. I'm not like as hardcore as these guys, but they're hardcore motherfuckers. And when you start fucking with shit that they have loved for 20, 30 years, things that they've come to know and understand, and you just willy-nilly change them, even if it is as small as when did this vehicle appear, it will irk some people, like Urkel from Family Matters. However, seeing the ship in all its glory on a live-action series settles the debate for all time, and everyone can settle back and enjoy seeing the Interceptor in all its glory for however long Andor gets to keep it. Well, listen, Andor flying a TIE Interceptor sounds pretty fucking cool to me. And I really don't care myself, right, that they have taken it out of canon and whatnot, because they've already ruined the canon, right? To me, if I want Star Wars canon, to me, Star Wars canon is the original 3 films, maybe the prequels, but even then, I hated those. And then all the novels and stuff that sort of followed after before Disney took over. Okay, that is your real Star Wars canon, in my opinion. Now, some people may enjoy the Disney stuff. Hell, I enjoy some of the Disney stuff, but I don't look at it as Star Wars canon. You see, to me, Disney has it backwards. To me, the canon is the original movies and the novels and the comics and stuff that came after before the Disney takeover. What Disney has, to me, is Star Wars Legends, okay? This is Star Wars stories that are told that aren't canon, that weren't written. They weren't part of Heir of the Empire. They weren't part of any of the stuff that Dark Horse threw out, that fucking the novels presented, any extended lore, okay? Disney doesn't do that. They make up their own. So they are the legends. And legacy Star Wars is old school Star Wars, okay? Okay, kids. In the end, they go on to say, fans will have to get used to the idea that everything is fair game in Disney's new Star Wars, and it absolutely is. And the Andor's timeline for development of the TIE variants is new canon. Fuck off. Settling these sorts of things comes with being the face of the franchise, but that hopefully won't be the case with Andor for long. With more than one new Star Wars trilogy in active development at Lucasfilm, there's hope. It may not be a new hope, but there is hope that there will be something to take over the heavy burden that Andor has had to bear in recent times as the franchise's most experimental or nostalgia-driven show, hit or miss in equal measure. 100%. I think Andor Season 2 will be phenomenal. Despite it not being canon, it is good Star Wars legend stories. If you want the real stuff, you know where to get it, okay? Get the stuff that was done back in the 90s, in the early 2000s. Go find that stuff. That is your Star Wars lore. That is your real Star Wars canon, and enjoy it. You like Disney Star Wars, great, enjoy that too. But understand, if you're new to Star Wars, there is so much history, so much lore that is taken long before Disney ever came into the scene that you want to read, you want to watch, and you want to check out. I'm LP, writer, creator of Nyobi the comic book, and stay tuned for a word from our sponsor. And just who is the sponsor of today's video? Well, it's me, Austin. It's been me all along. And guys, I just want to quickly point out that I too am a comic book creator. I just don't speak it. I produce it, right? It's like put your money where your mouth is. We do that each and every time we have a release. I've been doing this now for a decade. We're published. We're in comic book shops and we're on eBay. So if you ever want to check out Nyobi and you haven't yet, one of the best ways to do that is to come by our eBay store. Take a little scroll through here. If you type in Nyobicomics, you'll find it. Of course, link will be in the description of the video. I have all kinds of great back issues and hard to find variants here from artists that you know and love like Jamie Tyndall, Elsie Frita, Steph Wilson, Paul Green, John Stinsman of Evangeline fame, Keith Garvey, and so many more, guys. If you're missing out on some Nyobi back issues, if you're looking for that hard to find variant, chances are you're going to find the best deal right here on eBay, and chances are you're going to find that deal directly through me. And as always, if you do order a book from me, I'll throw in a little extra goodies in there, a little tchotchke package of stickers and bookmarks and cards. Oh my. You'll have all that. Plus, you can have your book signed or unsigned. That is up to you. And keep an eye on this page because I do update it fairly frequently with new items all the time. As something sells, I will put it back up. So guys, today's sponsor, Nyobicomics, the eBay store. Come check it out.